when you are on daily basis, I don't feel free because I'm always thinking of the future. I need to do this, right? And then, but when you give yourself the time to be in the present and allow yourself to either dance or just sing whatever chanting that you need to do, all of a sudden you are in you and you're giving permission to yourself to be authentically you at that moment. And that starts rewiring your brain to continue that. And then you start having that confidence and you start being free for whatever you're carrying, because all of a sudden you don't care. That's a programming. That's not you. That was society. That was your familial institution. That was the school institution. That was other institution. But that was not you, right? And then when you give your freedom, permission to yourself to be free, that's when you start being you. That's when you start saying, okay, me, Dr. Todd, what I like.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Thanks for tuning in again today. I have a good friend of mine on here today. We've known each other for a number of years, but we've never had this sort of opportunity.
Right.
So thanks for jumping on the Two Thumbs Up podcast today.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, good.
And I love the organic way of you guiding me through this, because before we were recording, you were explaining, hey, just be you.
Yes.
And I love that.
Because that's the magic is you. Yes.
Yes, so, that's the magic.
And I'm going to say it correctly, Kenya Rene.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm just going to talk about your name for a moment because it matters. It's
you
interesting.
Can. Let's talk about me.
It's interesting to me because it's spelled Kenya.
Yes, and it has created a revolution since I came to the United States. But in Mexico, the Y sounds, right? Like when people spell Jessica with a Y, it's Jessica. And at the time, I'm 46 now. At the time, the Y is still, when you name someone with a Y, it sounded, right? So it was Kenya. It was Kenya. Later, when I came to the United States, obviously that sound, it's a little bit confusing. So I do tell people, hey, my name is Kenya, but they see the Y and then they just pronounce it how it changes. Yeah. And someone told me, why don't you change it? When you became a citizen, why didn't you change it to a J? And I'm like, because then when I go to my country, it's not gonna sound like that. So it's choose your battles, right? Choose your battles. And I'm like,
there's always when someone's named something.
Yes. Yes, they do.
There's someone that, a parent or someone's like, oh, that name resonated with me. And you have a very unique name, at least in this culture, this area.
Right.
And tell me a little bit about that. What was your parents'
train of thought
idea behind that? Yeah.
Well, to be honest, they were expecting a boy. So all my siblings have a name with an R. So my name is Rene, right? Rene. And my mother thought, you know what, it's going to be too masculine, because in Mexico, again, we're talking almost like 2 generations, right? Almost 50 years old. Then there was no people really named Rene. It was only for the guys. In fact, the Kermit the Frog is called Rene in Mexico. So my father said, hey, she's going to get bullied. It's too masculine. It's a girl. And on the line of the registration, they saw the country, right? In the country, Kenya, and in Africa, right? Because there was a map. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to add that. And my mom seeing that, she's like, okay, it's pronounced Kenya, because in Mexico, that's right. So my name was Kenya Rene. And then she's like, okay, you know what? Wait, it's not R-E-N-E. Let's go ahead and put it the French way. So it's more feminine. But then I got away with so many things because people thought I was a boy. So I became like a little tomboy because my name was Rene all the time. And all the guys were like, yeah, let's go ahead and invite Rene. And I was like, who's Rene? And then I came and it was a girl. And he was like, ew, it's a girl. I'm like, no.
Okay, so this is super cool to me. So how did that shape because you just described something, and these are words that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And because you had that experience and how you showed up as sort of this tomboy that you called yourself, that was out, like,
Yes.
So how did your name shape your life, would you say?
Yes. My name shaped my life, not only because I was maybe more masculine in certain areas, but also when you really go into the meaning, Rene is like rebirth. In Kenya, the actual African meaning, or for the tribe, right, for that country, it means a queen. But then Kenji, the sound, in Japanese means wisdom or the wise.
Love it.
So I now, as I'm getting older and more empowered, right, I do defend my name because it has a meaning. And my name also pushed me to go into communications or marketing, because I started understanding that words are magical. Words really mean something. And yeah, my name in a way shaped where I was going to, because the experiences that I had.
And when you say your name, will you say your name?
Kenya.
And then the rest of it,
Rene.
Yeah. To me, it's harmonic.
Oh.
There's music, and we've talked about this before. Words to me are harmonic.
Yes.
And so if it's spoken harmonically, it penetrates. It delivers a message that's magical. And you said the word. I can't roll my R's. I would love. I need to practice. Yeah, but Renaissance.
Yes.
That's
that
when you
rebirth.
said Rene. You said rebirth. I'm like, the word is, to me, Renaissance. And what was the Renaissance was a rebirth.
Yes.
Of
intellectuality, of beauty, of art,
music, dance.
And it has definitely shaped me, because when I was in Mexico, I was part of the National Institute of Arts. I studied classical ballet for almost 5 years. Sorry, my accent. It's a whole career, and it's for 8 years. But I just quit. It's one of my regrets. But if 5 years from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. classical ballet for almost my whole teenage.
And did you love it?
I loved it. I love art, especially how do you call it? Is it visual arts, or it's like
movement arts?
Movement arts, yes. Because I'm not very good at painting. I love music, but I learned to love music because I love the classical music. And I felt that from there, it's a wonderful platform to love anything else.
Yeah. So you love movement and dance and all of that. And if when you say these things, it's everything is musical. Like I see the way you describe it to me is, and so as you do the music of your life and all of the things that brought you to being on this podcast today.
Yes.
I love to kind of weave in and out of those experiences. And what would you say it is about movement arts that speaks to you so much?
It's about, and it's going to be connected to why I'm here today and how I connected again with you guys. But movement is a way of connected with your inner energy and understanding where that energy goes within your body, feeling comfortable under your skin and follow the flow of your daily life. Sometimes we get super tense because we get anxious. Sometimes we don't even know what to do with emotions like happiness. And I believe, and this is my very personal opinion, in United States, maybe because it comes from a very conservative England, right, where you cannot really be expressive, it's very hard for the people around me that are very Caucasian per se, or very like English-like, to really feel comfortable with that movement. And it's funny that you say that Renaissance, because when I came to United States, I already had a bachelor's in marketing, international marketing or something like that, very, very fancy. But when I came here, I wanted to continue my arts, and I auditioned for the actors training program at the University of Utah, and I took 4 years of movement, which then connected to my background of dancing, and I understood that yes, this is important, this is amazing, and then continuing to my life about understanding the inner energy. Now I see somatic movement, right? Which is again very connected to what I knew from the beginning, because my body was very happy moving. It was more than dancing. It was it was allowing all the energy that I have inside to be transmuted to give something to the person that was seeing me dancing, right? And this became, you know what, very important, because I realized people around me, they don't know how to move. Forget dancing, forget the rhythm. The walking, the confidence that brings understanding the energy that you have and owning it.
And as you do so, as you dance with your somatic self,
yes,
what do you experience?
Well, somatic movement is because...
And let's talk about this real quick.
Sorry.
What's somatic? What do you... So
yes,
share with us what somatic means.
It, right?
Yeah,
well, this is my definition.
Yeah.
There's many definitions, and obviously this comes from other countries that they do follow this lineage of philosophy in life. But somatic is when, for example, you have an experience in life and all of a sudden your energy gets stuck and then it starts projecting in some type of pain. And it can be many things. If you don't attend it, then it can develop into something worse, right? It can be, you can start with headaches, because having a headache is not normal, people. I know they say that it is, but it's not. It's stress, it's an emotion, it's a triggered something that you got stuck. It can be on your bones and it can develop to arthritis or something worse. And throughout my life, I've also done a couple of certifications just because I love the understanding and the knowledge about certain movements in energy and understanding that we are energy. We're like a battery. And if that experience that has happened, you just really don't attend to it, all of a sudden you have like knee pain, back pain, and the stress of the emotions, right? Like here.
And so you discovered this as a young person.
I've been discovering it,
Yeah.
yes. Like one thing, it's, okay, I'm a true believer about things happen for a reason. And when you are in a path, the universe keeps guiding you. However you want to call it, the universe, God, it keeps guiding you. And so when I started with this path, then I ended up, okay, now there's more knowledge about this. Oh, now there's somatic movement. Oh, but wait, now it's music therapy. But now it's song, because your voice matters, which that's what we were talking about. Our ancestors not only came together to learn about the experience of the elderly, but it was important for the young soldiers or the young women that they were coming into life or into like this womanhood to share their stories.
I love it.
That sharing is something that we have lost, but that's why it was also very important for families to have dinner together and tell me, okay, what happened to you? Share it to me. It's not like I want to intrigue into your private life, but it's important for you to use your voice.
And what is edified? What comes from that, would you say?
It comes to things. One, you as an elder, you are allowing the other person to give you that energy, because we're all teachers, students, but we both are that, right? Sometimes I'm the teacher, you're the student, sometimes you're the teacher and I'm the student. And in a family dinner, that's the dynamic that happens. So you are allowing a platform for that youngster to confidently tell you a story. And when you listen to the story, then that youngster is like, oh, I'm validated. I am witnessed, I'm being witnessed of my life. My life is being witnessed. And I think that's why social media, it has a very strong grasp, because we lost the fact of validating each other. So it's a digital validation. And that's why people are like, how many likes I have? Because how many people are validating my story? So I think that's why podcast is like, super cool.
I love it.
We need it.
And I love how I love your passion about it. And what you're describing and what I'm experiencing from you is true listening. Yeah. When there's that open dialogue, that communicative heart-to-heart experience, like in a family setting or like around the Aboriginal fire, there's this connection, a trust is built.
Yes.
Connection is transcendent. And
definitely.
it actually, to me, in the moment you described it, it's eternal.
Yes. And it shapes you.
And expansive.
Yes. And it's continually rippling throughout your legacy as a family, as a tribe, as an individual. It it's a continually shaping how you're gonna project your energy in the future days.
Yeah.
So yes,
love it.
your voice is very important.
And exercising your voice with dance.
With singing,
Singing.
it's very important. So even if you feel like you don't like karaoke, it is incredibly important to liberate that energy, because sometimes you just need to sing to a metallic song, right? Sometimes you're just like, and it's fine. Even people's like, well, it might be like a low frequencies, because now we can start talking about frequencies. But it doesn't matter. You can hear what your body needs. You can hear what this area needs. Sometimes you just want to sing Disney songs.
What would you say to people about what you're describing? Innately, people get. What would you say to people that are resistant or hesitant, or maybe this is part of your experience in your life where it just came out of you? But there's so many people, like you described, in potentially our culture in the United States, where we are resistant to that. And what would you say, some of the wisdom you've gained about breaking that barrier?
Wisdom, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, what I have been researching is, and the conclusion that I have arrived to, is the familial upbringing, meaning how was your childhood? If you're resistant, then that means that you have to go back to your childhood and say, okay, someone somewhere told you that was wrong, and that's where you need to like break it. Because
could we call it somatic resistance?
You can, because
Something
it's
like
an
that.
emotional stock of a programming that is hurting, and it's gonna hurt somewhere.
And when someone's not even conscious of it, it stays stuck.
Yes, so that's why it's very important to always question, like
Ask the
having
question.
self-awareness. You have to have self-awareness, but for that you have to be open to change.
What would you suggest then for people to begin to awaken that part of them?
Question yourself.
Ask a question.
Yeah, like, how am I today? Well, I just heard that this person says that I have to sing. You know what? Yeah, I can sing. Or if you say, no, I don't like singing. Wait a minute. Ask the question, why? Why I don't like singing? Why? That's innately humans were born to either make a voice, or that's why there's like Native American chanting. It's, you don't have to say a word. It's just the sound. And even from the Vikings, like everybody comes from a tribe. We all come from tribes. So your tribe at some point had the women and the guys saying, those type of sounds that come from
in this country of Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those type of sounds come from the soul. So if you feel uncomfortable and you have to question why, and do it in your car, you just like, I don't want to start. And then once you start and you just let yourself go, you're going to feel freedom. Freedom. Yeah.
And culturally, you're spot on when it comes to, I love the Latin culture. So I love it. Like just the passion that's in that culture. And, when it comes to releasing it, what's been your experience once it's released? What do you experience?
Ooh, it's freedom. It's an emotional freedom. It's you'll have to leave it for you to conceptualize it, because when you are on daily basis, I don't feel free because I'm always thinking of the future. I need to do this, right? And then, but when you give yourself the time to be in the present and allow yourself to either dance or just sing whatever chanting that you need to do, all of a sudden you are in you and you're giving permission to yourself to be authentically you at that moment. And that starts rewiring your brain to continue that. And then you start having that confidence and you start being free for whatever you're carrying, because all of a sudden you don't care. That's a programming. That's not you. That was society. That was your familial institution. That was the school institution. That was other institution. But that was not you, right? And then when you give your freedom, permission to yourself to be free, that's when you start being you. That's when you start saying, okay, me, Dr. Todd, what I like. Oh, I like dancing this type of music. It's not appropriation. It's the fact that your body's going to ask for some tribal jumping, because we all come from that. We all do.
It's
like,
in our
in us.
It's in our genetics, which I love to call it's in our akasha.
Yeah.
It's in the language. It's in our beings.
And the etymology in our it's in our being. And I just very disagree when people say, well, American people don't dance. I'm like, I've seen your guys' dances in the 40s. They were acrobatics. You guys did like, whoo, the wife was like, woo, jumping, and the guy, and then carrying her. You guys dance amazing. I don't know at what moment it stopped. I don't know why you guys believe.
What would be, like I said, this is an exploration of possibilities. I'm interested in what what you would see about this. Like, when did it begin to stop? That's a great question. I actually haven't considered that question before, because what you're saying is, to me, is spot on. There's energy is everything. Everything is energy. So as one moves, we see this in physical therapy. We see this in biomechanics.
Yes.
But what would you say? When was it that our culture? When was it? What stopped it? What stopped that flow?
I'm not sure exactly.
It's an energy. Something stopped the flow.
Well, something somewhere told the American culture that it was wrong. And maybe that's where we started like, oh, it's wrong because maybe you were jumping and your skirt was open. I'm assuming, this is my theory. So at some point they're like, no, ladies don't do this. And guys don't go with ladies that do that. So then you're like, oh, we're starting to maybe separating. But we did it wrong. We separate ourselves from our innate need of dancing rather than maybe just put some shorts, right? Like, or wear some pants. Who cares? Like, it's just dancing, and you need dancing. And your dancing is, I honestly sometimes believe, less intrusive, because it was very like, it was like a very childlike, like, let me go this, it was like dancing like that. I push you. It was a lot of strong energy.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to be with this question because you brought something. You're right, because if you look like the 1940s, 1920s, if you watch dance from the 1920s,
everybody was dancing.
Oh my gosh, it's how they connected and how they celebrated. And I'm going to be with this question because I don't actually.
Do you want to be a disruptor? Start dancing, start singing. It's the best way to disrupt society.
Yeah.
Like, go back to your roots. I had a friend that told me, oh, I wish I was Latina. I'm like, but why? You guys have an amazing culture. I'm not sure why we don't push it more. And yes, there has been a lot of stuff in history that is bad. Like anything. Like, if you go to indigenous people, they also had very bad history. Like, nobody was perfect. We were killing each other all the time.
Yeah.
But we can keep the good. And your songs and your dance was amazing. Keep doing it.
So you're describing another Renaissance.
Yes. Oh my God, look at that.
Wouldn't it be? How beautiful to have another Renaissance.
Yes.
Of art and dance and music and connection and different ways to communicate.
Yes.
Because what you're describing to me is, which I can see this picture now of this beautiful, authentic communication.
Yeah.
Authentic listening.
Yes.
Building relationships of trust through movement and dance and music and self-expression, and what happens to judgment in those authentic spaces? What happens to it?
It's gone. It's gone because judgment happens, I feel, when someone is not fully whole. Then I have to put my perspective on you because I don't like to see myself. But when you are happy with yourself, you don't judge. You're just like, oh, interesting. That's interesting. Cool. And then that's it. But it's not like, oh my gosh, that woman.
How beautiful. And
it's just, it's how beautiful. Exactly. You see the other one as how beautiful, no matter what.
Yeah. I love that. And in the moment you see them as beautiful,
yes,
you see their dance and their self-expression and their music.
Yes, because then you see deeper.
I love it.
It's
the greatest.
Yes.
It is such an authentic way to experience each other.
Yes.
Yeah. However, let me share this with you. To have the courage to break out. to break out.
You're talking about something. Yes, you went into that. Wait a minute.
Yeah. So
it's not that easy. Well, you're right, because we've had so many years of someone telling us no. That's the thing. But you need to tell yourself yes. That's why I mentioned give yourself permission. Mm-hmm. You have to start with you. You're not going to be able to change others, but you need to start with you and give yourself permission to be free and happy.
Permission.
Uh-huh.
What would you say, like a simple step for someone that's maybe listening to this? And I actually feel that if not a single person listened to this ever, you still shared.
Yes.
And it's in the space.
Yes.
So it's already happening, right?
Yes.
So what would you say then for someone that is resonating with what you're saying, which I get it and I love it. What is a simple thing someone could do to start to give themselves permission?
You do an affirmation. Right now we can do one.
Yeah.
I give myself permission to chant. Ah!
I love it.
Do it.
Ah!
But you have to say the affirmation.
I give myself permission to chant. Oh, that feels nice right here.
It does. And then all of a sudden you keep practicing it. And then tomorrow again, or in 2 hours, I give myself permission to jump. And you start jumping. And I give myself permission to, you know what? I'm gonna dance this. I can see feeling now.
I like it.
So and you start doing like a weird movement. You're like, who cares? Who cares if they see it? Who cares if it's funny, right?
I love it. So I give myself permission.
Yes. To
do whatever.
Yes.
And
to yell, to scream, or well, it's the same. To yell, to jump, to dance, to sing, to hug, to hug my daughter, my sibling, my mom. Even if that person's gonna be like, "Ew, what's going on?" Who cares? You give yourself permission. You're doing that, and that is amazing.
And in the moment I said I give myself permission, I felt an opening. Truly. Right. Because, there's been, and this is something that I feel like to step into the unknown, to experience something uniquely different that I've never experienced or you've never experienced, is to speak the word. I give myself permission.
Yes.
It opens this gate, this pathway, this possibility to experience something different. And in that moment, like all self-judgment goes away.
Yes, and for business, that it's a very important affirmation, because we are very scared of failing. Fear sometimes stops us to make go to the next step, and then telling yourself, no, I give myself permission to risk, to take that risk, and I give myself permission to know that I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be okay no matter what. I give myself permission to do it. So then. Then you take the decision based on love and not on fear. And so how does that, would you say, expand into business, into relationships with yourself and others, having that permission to engage in a unique way? How do those areas of our lives have you seen assist there? Well, in order for you to have authenticity, because people say, oh, the highest frequency is authenticity, it's not love. And I'm like, well, you cannot have authenticity if you don't have self-love. Because authenticity means that you accept yourself in that moment. And everybody, at some point during the day, we have that. We just don't grab it and stay in there.
So foundationally, self-love.
Yes. You need to understand that. What is that concept? Because people tell you, oh, you need to love yourself more, honey. And you're like, okay, but what does that mean? What does that mean, bro? Come on, tell me, how do you eat it? Yeah. Well, it has a foundation of self-awareness, like we were talking about, questioning yourself, self-respect, and self-care.
Self-care.
Yes. But self-care is more than just a massage. I'm seeing a friend.
What are some areas of self-care would you describe?
Self-care will have to be the third step, because in order for you to self-care, you need to know yourself, and you won't know yourself until you're self-aware, right?
Okay, like, so let's back up then. Yeah. So we talked about foundation. Let's talk about complex. Foundationally.
Yes.
What does self-love mean to you?
Self-love means to fully understand yourself, fully know
yourself. And where do you
yourself.
Experience that in you?
In my whole body, the energy, it expands. It starts from here, and it's like an energy that expands and goes through my belly, my legs, and just shoots out of my brain, and all of a sudden, my hands are also moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, because that's when I know I'm fully connected. If I only feel it here, then it's still stuck.
It's still stuck. And so I love the idea and the practice of, and we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I love that it's coming up again. It's interesting to me that my ears are connected here and my eyes are connected here, which implies that I'm supposed to listen from here and see from here. However, wouldn't it be fun if I pretended that my ears were connected here and my eyes were connected here? And as that happens, and I see things with my heart and my essence, and then it expands from there. Like dance. You don't think about dancing. You just dance.
You just know it.
You know it.
Yeah.
And as that happens, you feel it radiating infinitely from you outward. Yes. But self-love, would you say, is a fundamental, beautiful ingredient?
It is the ingredient. Without it, then that's why we start making decisions that are not healthy, and they start being projected and then propagating throughout everything in our life. How did you
and you have that innate thing that you're talking about, but is there days in your life where you're stuck?
Well, yeah, I'm human. Yes. It's not like I'm healed. It's not like I'm a Zen, which that's a caveat, right? I need to tell you, this is my truth, and everybody has their own truth. I just want to share what I discovered, because I'm hoping that out of everything that I'm sharing, maybe something is gonna resonate with you, and then you start your own truth. It's like a little seed, right? And then you do your own tree. But just because I'm selling you apples, I'm telling you I love this apple, I'm an apple tree, doesn't mean that you're gonna be an apple tree. You're gonna be probably a mango tree, which doesn't exist. I don't know. No, they do. Mangoes come from trees, right? Okay, yes. But yes, I mean, I do not believe in anybody having an absolute truth. That for me, it's not true. It's you know, and again, because I feel that absolute truth comes from a collective. And I think that's why the ancestors needed to come together as a society, so we can all have a truth together.
I love it.
So that said, the foundation of self-love and what I think self-love is getting to know. And that's why I continue the research, because self-love, it's going to be the concept that is going to help me project healthy, prosperous, loving, compassionate, kind, long-lasting relationships.
Which
ripples
out into business. Into relationships, into abundance, into entrepreneurship, into ideas.
Well, because what is a business?
It's an energy vortex.
But what is it? It's that relationship that you build with whoever you comes through the doors. Like at the end of the day, it's the connection. When people tell me, "Oh, the system is broken," I'm like, "Well, that means that humans are broken. It's not, the system is not here. We are." So when you talk about business or entrepreneurship, you have to be super aligned and understanding that you follow your passion. And when you follow your passion, your truth, it becomes a prosperous venture. Like it just does. No matter what, because you're being coherent in the light and the love, right? You're being self-love, and then you're transmuting that into the business that you're providing.
You're describing the great practice of it all, right? Like,
yes.
It's like, wait a second here. Okay. I'm creating this, and it opens as one experiences self-love, and it's self-actualized, self-realized.
Right.
Possibilities are limitless. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
possibilities just open.
Yes.
It's like we love to say there's no such thing as a bad conversation.
No.
It's like, wait, let's just talk to everyone.
Yes.
Let's share with everyone about,
because everybody will have some truth. Everybody will have some truth.
Yeah.
You just have to be open to listen to it.
Yeah, I love it. So, with that foundation of self-love, is there branches that you see build from that? You described a tree, right? Is that the tree?
Yes.
And so I love trees. And so as that root, foundation, trunk of self-love, and then what are the branches?
So the branches
begin to develop?
The big ones are self-awareness, self-respect, self-care. And then from there, you definitely need to have gratitude, right? Compassion, kindness, but it all for you first. Because if you don't have it for you, you won't be able to give it to others. Or whatever you give is going to be mudded. It's not going to be authentic or clean. It can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you described gratitude. That's almost that's the apple. That's the fruit of your of all
the inner work that you're given. Exactly. So when you are like, I'm not well, I don't even know how to love myself, then you're gonna give an apple that is maybe bland, no flavor, and no nutritious, and then you're gonna propagate that seed because you're not doing the work.
Yeah. So as you have intention with your self-love tree, so to speak, what happens with health? Would you say?
Then it starts rippling because you understand that you love yourself. You talk to your body and your cells, the mitochondria, everything, your nervous system, lymphatic system, immune system, digestion, everything. Because, then we can go into chakras and energy points, right? Because if you understand who you are, then this chakra, it's going to be, you're good. And this is the third brain, they say, right? So when you are authentically accepting yourself, exactly who you are, exactly how you look, exactly what you do, then this is healthy. And then this starts like being coherent, right? It's aligned and you're healthy.
You're describing, you use the word understand, but to me it sounds like there's a different word that's coming up for me.
Okay, say it.
It's knowing.
There you go.
It's like to me that's a different, there's a harmonic frequency to that.
I think it comes together, right? Because once you know, then you have to like understand, right? Like for example, you had an experience that kind of triggered you and it got stuck. Sometimes you get people that get upset, sometimes they get an upset stomach. And it can be because that experience trigger your identity. And we don't want when people question our identity, right? Then if you know, right, hey, what's going on? You're knowing that it's because something's up, and obviously I got triggered. Then you work in understanding, why did you get triggered? Oh, well, that person questioned the way I'm doing my business, that it's telling me that I'm competing and stealing clients. I'm like, well, it's not true. What is really triggering you? I don't want to be...
So this is self-reflection you're talking
exactly.
about.
So that's why it goes into self-awareness.
It's like, why is that bothering me?
And
what is about that conversation or that interaction? So you're seeing it. Are you saying it's the mirror effect?
Yeah, all this information we know. We really need to take it into such important consideration that we do it daily. And then one day that habit, right, the micro habits, I don't know if you've heard of that too.
Neuroplastic freeway of
then
chaos.
All of a sudden it's going to completely change, and you won't even really have to think about it. It will happen automatically where you're like, oh, I'm comparing myself to this person. Oh, that's funny.
So in that moment,
that's it.
You have wisdom.
Yes, you grow. Emotionally grow.
And I love the phrase, I know that I know. And so it's like, oh, now I have wisdom about that. Yeah. And when that messaging comes back up for me, I have I have a perspective that says, oh, what they said or what they did is not about them. It's actually about, what's still stuck.
Yes. I mean, whatever they said is them, but then if it ripple on you and if you got hurt, it's something about you.
Me.
Yes.
And so there's an expression innately. There's this process that happens when we've talked about it before. Again, the autonomic nervous system.
Yeah.
You have a sympathetic side, which is fighting all the time. But you have this beautiful parasympathetic thing that is more, it's free flowing. It's not stuck energy. And so one thing that I love with what you're saying is that, well, there's many things you're saying that I love. However, there's this questioning. If I'm resistant to something, I'm in sympathetic over. My adrenal cortex is taxed. My digestion slows down. My blood pressure goes up. However, thank you for the feedback. Even if it's not said, it's like I'm getting feedback here. What is it about me that's getting stuck with this information? And as the wisdom over practice has come, it's like, I could just flow with. I could just dance with this scenario. Like, it's interesting to me because if someone meets resistance in their life, wouldn't it be beautiful to instead of saying, I'm feeling resistance here, but I'd love to dance with this person.
Right.
Whether a conversation.
And that's why some martial arts, it's not about not being there when someone is going to punch you, but it's also using that force to continue dancing. And that's what you see in a lot of Asian movies where they're like, wow, they utilize that force. And it's like, okay, that's fine, but I'm going to move, and then I'm going to move you with that force, and then I continue, right? I'm not going to be there resisting you, because you're going to be resisting and you're going to get hurt. So no, it's fine. You're like, oh, okay, I'll take that. That's not my truth. That's your truth. I'm not going to own that truth. That's your thing. And then
it's like a palm tree in a hurricane.
Yeah, I was reading just barely recently this dragon story where resistance, right? There was this emperor, and he wanted to invite some guests, but someone told him, well, at the moment that you become an emperor, there's a dragon to let him out, right? Just don't let him out. And I believe in the metaphor, they're trying to say that resistance is that dragon. And at the moment that he opened the door for the dragon, invite him to eat, that's when everything changed. So it's not being afraid of your shadow. It's actually sitting with it and, again, understand it, accept it, and love it, and integrate it. Integrate that. It's part of you. We're dual beings. And it's okay. We're not going to be perfect all the time. Sometimes we're going to hurt people, and we're going to try to at least acknowledge it and then try to make it better. But if the other person doesn't want to forgive you, it's okay. I mean, we're humans. And I think that's what we need to accept. Sometimes.
And from that perspective, everything becomes this beautiful practice of working or not working, and dance between the two.
Yes, it becomes a practice of unconditional love, where you really remove the conditions and you do become love.
I love it. So tell us a little bit some of the projects you're working on, what you're
yes
doing?
So I'm working on a workshop specifically for entrepreneurs that infuses the importance of self-love in order for them to have a better practice and a better leadership, right? Also, so they don't get burnt out, because sometimes they're like, I have to do this, and they don't take care of themselves.
Self-care piece.
Yes, the self-care piece is very important, because it needs to be based out of love, remember, not out of fear. You need to take a day because you love yourself, not because you're scared that, oh my gosh, tomorrow, if I take a day, my cells are going to go down. Hey, calm down. It comes also, another branch is faith. Faith that everything's going to be fine, that there's this amazing energy in the universe, and have faith that whatever you're giving, because you're giving love, is going to sustain you. And it does sustain you, because people out there, the collective, believe in you. Why? Because you're giving love. People are going to start no, that person is going to be okay because it's a wonderful doctor. It's honest, has integrity, and has honor, and it really loves the patients. So when you self-care, then you also give us permission to all the people around you to self-care.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's what I'm doing, a workshop.
You're working on some workshops and different things. Where do you see yourself branching off from here?
Oh my gosh. Well, the possibilities are endless. I'm also working on a book on chapter 3. It's supposed to have 6. So hopefully I will finish it by the end of the year. And I'm looking for a publisher. But obviously the TED Talks is going to be one of them, and then keep doing my workshops and start. Right now, I'm doing a couple of workshops with some Chamber of Commerce. Latinas in Business is coming on January, so I'm going to be a speaker for the women's branch, which is Latinas in Business. I'm also in February being in the South Salt Lake Chamber of Commerce. It's February 12th, I believe. Just follow that chamber, and then they'll let you know for the women's in business. And I'm in talks with the Women's Business Center for the Salt Lake Chamber. So,
love it.
Yes.
So now, when it comes to when you saying how would you say what's some good ways for our we talk about these different cultures, and even in saying the words separates us. Yeah. And so what I love is connection and integration, and regardless of language, culture, all of those barriers, to come together and integrate as a collective in a way that's expansive and abundant and joyful, all of those things. How do you see that
happening? Well, that's why I believe self-love is a very fundamental and then common ground. Yeah. We all need the self-love. I do believe with all my passion that when we all have self-love, we're not going to have to compete, right? And I'm not going to have to bring you the fact that maybe 500 years ago you were colonizing, or your people, which I don't even know if it's your people, because I don't know what people went to Mexico and colonized. Like I am all people. Yes, exactly. And that is, at the end of the day, this is what I tell people, and sometimes they get upset, because Mexico has been colonized by many, right? I mean, yes, Spain won, but there were a lot of people coming from different countries, and they stayed and they did what they did. And we're all so mixed. But at the end of the day, we're Mexicans. We really are just Mexicans. Here in the United States, I would love to see that no matter where you come from, you're United States. You're, I don't know, estadounidense, we said in Spanish. I don't even know. You guys don't even have a concept of how to describe yourselves as a country. And that, for me, blows my mind. Because the French are French, right? You guys say Americans, but that concept for me is like, well, that's the whole continent.
And it's weird. It's interesting, too, that we use these words, and yet the words... I actually feel that if we spoke words of unification, that they would change that dynamic, because we'd communicate differently.
Yes,
we are friends. We are brother, sister. We are family.
Yes,
those types of things that connect us.
Yes,
and no more tribes.
Well, we can be one tribe.
Let's be one.
This will be the one tribe.
It's the divine oneness.
Yes. I mean, you can still have your wonderful traditions, because you want to honor your ancestors, which is great. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be the United Stances. I don't know, United Stances. I don't know how you will say it, because Chinese are Chinese, right? Like China Chinese. What is United States? Because it's United States of America. How will you conceptualize? Maybe that's homework.
I would say us.
Us.
All of us.
But then the U.S. Census. U-Census? Does that sound good? I'm a U-Sensei.
Sensei.
I don't know.
So you said a word a few minutes ago, to compete. And what I know about competition, the root of competition means to strive together. It's not a separation.
Well, but together how, right? Because I can see myself as a Latina, and I'm going to compete then against you. My people might be just Latinos, right? So that's why I said not to compete, because I'm competing against another person that is not my people. But technically, like you said, you are my people. You live in my neighborhood. You are part of my community. So you should be part of my people.
And possibly it comes down to beginning to see the person across from me as me.
Yes, but you cannot do that if you don't have self-love.
Yes, foundationally, that's key.
Self-love, exactly. So if we all have self-love, even police officers will not be as maybe biased, right? We wouldn't be as biased, all of us, because we have self-love. We are whole. We don't have that inclination to try to put my anger towards another one, because I have no anger anymore.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Kenya, thank you for today. Thanks for coming on the podcast. We appreciate you. Is there a way people can see you, or do you want to put your social media out there? Is that something you would like to do? Some people do, some people don't.
Yes. I do have a link on the website. I'll go ahead and give it to your team. You can look for me on Instagram at Kenya Rene Utah. So it's KenyaRene Utah, right? So
I love it. Thank you so much for doing this today. I know it was
Thank
last minute,
you.
and
No,
we're
I
grateful.
love it.
And
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you. Talk to you. Oh, and next week, well, we'll see what happens next week. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. Love you guys. Thank you.